Guyana and Guyanese, at home and abroad. Tune in to Guyanese Morning Time, hosted by Kadaki Amsterdam, where the sun always shines. Guyanese Morning Time, the people call it Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again, Guyanese Morning Time. The people call it Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again. We rise up early morning watching Tom's TV, where wisdom and knowledge, yes, it is the key. Exposing corruptions over land and sea, where the wicked politicians, they try to trick me. Guyana is a land for everybody. With 6 races should live in harmony. It's one set of people getting aisle money. It's one set of people doing the thievery. Guyanese Morning Time. The people call it Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again, Guyanese Morning Time. The people call it Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again. This is a program that you all can see, sharing your views and your integrity. Like it, comment and share it all around. Pass it to your neighbor, safe and sound. A sad situation going on in this town. The voice of the people is getting trampled down. Out of the mouths of babes and sucklings, which has ordained me to sing. I sing Guyanese Morning Time. The people call it Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again, Guyanese Morning Time. The people call it Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again. Stop fooling the people. You're promoting evil. Stop lying to the people. You are a part of the cycle. Stop fooling people. You're promoting evil. Stop lying to the people. You are a part of the cycle. I say Guyanese Morning Time. The people calling Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again, Guyanese Morning Time. The people calling Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again. They got Breakford, Bork and Mark Benchcop, David Hines and Kadaki Amsterdam, Sherrod Duncan, Nigel London, Normal Brown and Gavin Matthews. Big up Paslow, Port People Governor, Simona Brooms, Robin Simpson, Hampton Green and Winston Jordan. And yes, we can go right on and on. Guyanese Morning Time. The people calling Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again, Guyanese Morning Time. The people calling Guyanese Morning Time. Rhythm, Guyanese Morning Time. Intelligence and knowledge run the front line. We go again.
The relatives and friends of young Quinton Bacchus, they deserve justice. The family, the relatives and friends of our in Boston, they deserve justice. The family, the relatives and friends of Peter Headley, they deserve justice.
And so when we say that Guyana is an apartheid state, we have the evidence to show.
neighbor, money, money, neighbor, money, money. You can keep your conniving money. When you've been a corrupt in a biz, there'll be money. Now because your money done, you come with conniving money. When you had your pocket full, in a biz, there'll be money. Now because your money done, you hustle for there'll be money.
Yes, money, neighbor,
money, neighbor, money, money, neighbor, money, money. Now I don't want you conniving money. Neighbor, neighbor, joker, neighbor, neighbor, joker, neighbor, neighbor, joker. That's all the money that me walk for. A 2 pound note and a guilder piece. A 2 pound note and a guilder piece. A 2 pound note and a guilder piece. This is all the money that me walk for.
I said money, neighbor,
Money, neighbor, money, money, neighbor, money, money. I don't want you conniving money.
oh Joseph.
Arriving in the UK from Guyana, the Caribbean, North America, or elsewhere. Start your journey with ease and comfort by choosing first-class travel service, one of UK's leading providers of premium airport transfers. Enjoy a smooth, stress-free arrival by booking your comfortable and reliable airport taxi before you arrive. With affordable rates and exceptional service, we cover all major UK airports, including Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester, Birmingham, and many more. Wherever you land, we guarantee a seamless door-to-door experience to and from any UK airport. For your peace of mind, all our drivers are fully DBS checked and cleared, ensuring a safe and trustworthy service from the moment you arrive. Our friendly staff will meet and greet you in the airport arrival hall, assist with your luggage, and escort you to one of our luxurious vehicles. So wait no longer. We're ready to look after you from the moment you arrive in the UK. You can contact us via email info@firstclasstravelservice.co.uk, office phone +4 4195 2287 176, WhatsApp +4 479 136 0576 5 or +4 479 009 50171. Or simply fill in our request, a quote form, at www.firstclasstravelservice.co.uk. Travel with confidence. Travel first class.
All right, so today we are here at Club Twilight up in Buxton, and we are here to talk about all that's going on up here. Trust me, if you are on the East Coast, you're in Buxton, you're in Tongley, looking for a place to get away to, this is the place. The Cutters, mwah. Listen, I'll be having some just now again. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, the ambience is beautiful, fully air conditioned. The decor is on point. The music's on point. Everything's on point. It's just me. I need some work. But everything else that belongs to this club here is on point. So if you want to find a nice little place or you can just drive out of town and have some drinks, have some food, you can call, you can order your stuff and just take it. You don't have to stay. Or if you want to stay here, that's what's up. And of course, they have special events for Valentine's. You can rent a hall. You can rent a hall, honey. You can rent a hall for weddings, for birthday parties, to have a bash. I hope he edits that out. But you know, whatever it is, this is definitely the place to be. So it's on Sideline Dam. You definitely want to ensure that you check this place out. But it's on your to-do list. All right, on your to-do list. This is definitely the place to check out, you know, a really cool, chill spot here in Buxton. I like this. This is, Buxton needed this. We needed this. I needed this. You definitely needed too. Thank you.
Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana. Remember we're dancing. We are gonna make it with Selassie. We praise the Most High. Beat them up.
I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we down. I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we down. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. Pop up chain and great warriors. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. No say down for Babylon.
Then we don't feel the Babylon because we got it right there. Them a feel running so far, we always up in there. But the ghosts appear, that is when they disappear. Parkland, why is the modern day fair? No real Babylon, no titty man. No we no queer from the little school girls. No we not step on you protect your community. Hands in there, murder the dragon and the bear. I know we get from yeah, sweet like a woman, yeah. When it's here, can I do man, yeah. Whenever time I get up, I feel like a new man.
I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we don't. I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we don't. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. Papa chain and great warriors. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. No sell out for Babylon paper. Fire on everything we're anxious. How time I run, no man we can trust. You don't know which girl got the virus and the dust bad for me sinus.
Watch if we are gonna get up rumpus. Think them a go laugh when Selassie come first. Your life is filled with the swords and the pus. And every single thing you touch turns to dust. But once there is life, there's hope for all of us. Uplift every freak and indigenous. Temptation, make your war most desirous. But put your trust in a king nigga.
I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we down. I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we down. Alright then, hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. Papa chain and great warriors. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. No sell out for Babylon papers.
We have to make it with Selassie. That's the ball. We have to make it with Selassie.
I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we don't. I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we don't. Alright then, hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. Papa chain and great warriors. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior.
Hey, morning, how you morning? Welcome to another program of Guyanese Morning Time. That was Anthony B and Turbulence, Real Warriors. We are the real warriors are. Good morning, welcome to another program. How you been? How was it yesterday? How was it last night? How you feeling this morning? You know the thing with Antonio B is I don't play one Antonio B. When I play an Antonio B, I just play 2 and 3 and 4 and so one of my foremost choice.
Anthony B would like to ask a question. Tell I if I lose my freedom of speech. Tell me, somebody tell me, I'm asking a question. Tell me if I lose my freedom of speech. Tell me, somebody, tell me, to me. A news flash. Most wanted, just get me haunted. Ask Babylon, me say, who them a rank with? Most wanted, just get me haunted. Fire when me blaze, all of them get hunted. Most wanted, just get me haunted. Ask Babylon, me say, who them a rank with? Most wanted, just get me haunted. Babylon get hunted, that one your name. Summons, them a bit and a look for me. Say them want charge me for lewd and profanity. In the music, never yet lose me sanity. And a Rasta man, me nah go decrease me quality. Summons, them want give that to me. Show me burn me fire without partiality. Burn the government cause him a increase poverty. Me burn the cops cause him a part of brutality. Summons, you can't give that to me until the ghetto man see a better liberty. Not a playground and a place in the family. Entertainment not a problem in society. Tell me if I lose my freedom of speech. Them ask, yo, most wanted, just get me haunted. Ask Babylon, who them a ramp with? Most wanted, just get me haunted. Anthony B. Fire make them taunted. Most wanted, just get me haunted. Ask Babylon, who them a ramp with? Most wanted, just get me haunted. When me talk them taunted, them I show summons. Fire per room. Them say a summons good cop, bad cop. Them say a summons 7 dead of Britain and them no issue none to Adams. How this madam? That I clean. Them no summons Paul Campbell in a dancehall queen. Oh them no summons them carnival team. Naked them a wind up before the teen. You see what I mean? Hey, me not take it. First, them a figure summons hard copy. First, the go-go club them a feel lucky. First, them a figure summons. Me there to talk no further. You must want a revolution. Me go so most wanted, just get me haunted. Ask Dotty Babylon now who them a ramp with. Most wanted, just get me haunted. Fire bubble man a blaze them taunted. Most wanted, just get me haunted. Ask Babylon who them a ramp with. Most wanted, just get me haunted. Me exercise it. And me go show you. Them no like jungle nor the valley. Can't chat the hills and them can't chat the valley. God Babylon them bow up in a valley. Them no like the Rasta man me and me call you. Artists bringing up thing in all the country. What heap of tourists bringing all the country. What heap of foreign currency in all the country. Me never talk about. Hey, I will heap of knowledge we give in all the country. What heap we give back to the country. What heap we build up in all the country. Can't fight the man of the country, the real man of the country. Yo, most wanted, just get me haunted. Ask Babylon who them a ramp with. Most wanted, just get me haunted. Everybody in the music fraternity would like to know if I lose my freedom of speech. Hey, tell me if I lose my freedom of speech. Me go show you. Tell me, can you tell me? Summons, them have it on the
Most wanted, they just get me haunted. Can I lose my freedom of speech, Nathan Fraser? Nathan Fraser, can I lose my freedom of speech, partner? I see Nathan said there's a good gospel. I guess you're throwing shades over by. Me is the shades boss, you know. When I throw shades, I got more shades in the forest. So I could recognize shades when I see shades. So you best tell me if you're throwing shades or not, because I could respond to them shades, you know. You know, it's good when you're learned person, you know. When you go to school and you take your education and you didn't build school building. If you were supposed to be in school and you were in school when you were supposed to be in school, yeah, wear yourself. Marlene Nestor, welcome. Because the thing is, once you take the education, it can benefit you in the long run. But some of us went to school and we left home to go to school, and instead of going to school, we fell from school roof. Or we go under school and play rap roomie. You know? And we play beatan. Y'all know we play beatan, we play rap roomie. And so on and so forth. We play throw to the links. And so our education wasn't developed, and then we become adults, and they say, what is it? A little learning is a very dangerous thing, something to that extent, because you know a little bit and you think you know it all. It's a very dangerous thing because it's trouble. Worry is the man who knows not that he knows not. So Nathan, when you talk about the gospel, the partner, when you said it's a good gospel song, yeah, Flash Garden, see you and take catch birds. I play cricket. There's a joke, partner. I know your skin little thin, so don't take it personal. Yeah, you see how the throw shades? Yeah. Me's the old shit. Me's the old fire when it comes to shades. So Nathan said it's a good gospel song. And I agree with Nathan. Nathan. Right? Because the question is asked, what is the gospel? Or what is a gospel? The gospel according to who? What kind of gospel are you talking about? People like talk about the gospel truth. This is the gospel truth. So we ask the question, gospel according to who? So it's a good gospel song for who? And what is the gospel in that song? Right? What is the gospel in that song? Gospel for me is information, is news. Is encouragement, is guidance, right? And so I totally agree. That is a
No
good
disturbance.
gospel song.
Anthony B and Turbulent. Yaga. Begin. White man, we're dancing. We are gonna make it with Selassie. We pray the most high. Be the most. I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon, but we down.
You hear the gospel there? Maybe you can't recognize it. The Bible tells you about, or the Christian gospel tells you about peace loving, and if you get a slap on one face, turn the other one and stuff like that. In short, it talks about peace. Anthony B and Turbulence. I could have bust my gun, but I wouldn't. I could engage in violence, but I won't. So if you listen to that song by Anthony B, you will come to understand that it's really a plea for peace and love and not violence. And that plea quite possibly will reach young people faster through that medium than the pastor standing up on a pulpit and hollering out the lungs. So indeed, Nathan, it's Empowerment Wednesday, right? So feel empowered. Because I'm using my little knowledge to empower you and get you out of thinking in a box. Right? I like to jump out of the box. I like Jack in the box. Since you admit it, I jump out. So understand that. Sometimes, I'm not saying this is the case, but I just felt that Nathan was being facetious. So, Lord, big word. Whoops, Saki, I'll call Ali and see if you could call the word facetious. I just believe that Nathan was being facetious when he said it's a good gospel song. Like, it's like saying what the big people say. Early morning, that place stupidness of people is. Because from the time you hear the reggae beat, most of us has a negative connotation to it. Since you hear the reggae beat, oh God, it's stupidness. But I want you to stop sometime and listen to the lyrics that accompany the reggae beat. and you're going to learn a whole lot. Right? Like the second Anthony B asked, how can I lose my freedom of speech? You send out warrant to me most wanted because I talk. What's wrong here? But you got all of these wicked things happening and you ain't sending out warrant for these people. You got a government that corrupt the whole nation and you ain't sending out warrant for them. You got a president that thief more than 100 acres of land and you ain't sending out a warrant fee. You got a president that up until now has an outstanding 19 for charges prior to him becoming president and you ain't send out no warrant for him. You got an attorney general threatening to sue people who say thief law books. And you send out any warrant for him. And as far as I can remember, the law books case is supposedly still before the courts. I think the DPP, that is a PPP, might have null proceed. But up to when the current attorney general was elected to government or became the current attorney general, whatever, I think that case was still outstanding. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. So that case was never brought to a logical conclusion. I don't think the courts vindicated the current attorney general. Y'all could tell me if I'm wrong, you know. What's wrong with you this morning, partner? Listen, I give me a old time. Let me old time when we did it. Yeah. So yeah, y'all could tell me if I'm wrong on that. But my memory is telling me that the case was never concluded in the courts. And so there was no vindication of the attorney general. Those accusations are still out there as far as we're concerned. But nobody is sending warrant for you. They got shot who manages the money of this country. And he had a whole long list of charges against him. I don't think those were concluded in the courts, but nobody has said no. So Anthony B said, oh, yeah, why you lose me freedom of speech? Oh, yeah, why send warrant for me? Kidaki, I'm asking the question, why would you want to send warrant for people like me? Because we utilize our right to free speech. But people have been accused of what I consider more serious charges, crimes against humanity and all kind of thing. Y'all didn't send a warrant for them. Y'all heard the presidents recently? And they say when blind man tell you you're going to pelt you with stone, you already have stone in your hand. The president said, well, we will have to consider amending the laws to deal with these people on social media. We will have to consider a change in the laws to shut these, if you ever pass through me as whoops, to shut these quote-unquote social media commentators or influencers up. Because they're giving too much enlightenment to the people. Hey, it's social media commentators, real influencers, not them clumps what they're doing stupidness on the platform and so on. And again, I say a little knowledge could be dangerous, right? And think that they know what they're talking about and got young people following them to win and so on and so forth. All of them kind of clump though. But the real OGs, if the real OGs weren't providing enlightenment for the masses, the PPP didn't have no time with we. The PPP didn't have no time about talking about going and amend laws to shut up social media, quote-unquote influencers, commentators, enlighteners. No. Y'all could that shitty Freddy, is he name? Whoever he name. The man that had the miasmic thing thrown in his face. Well, I know. Like I choosing violence this morning. Like I really choosing violence this morning. Why are you going down this road? Anyhow, but the man had to throw the thing in the face. You know, all people got a way of saying you drink what you're supposed to rub, and you rub what you're supposed to drink, and thing and like that. And that it does make it stupidity, right? It does make it stupidity. And so my belief is that up until now, or you're really seeing the real effect of that thing that was thrown in Freddie's face. That thing that was thrown in Freddie's face, because that thing has had a serious impact on Freddie's outlook about the PPP government. Right? Freddie is singing the songs. Freddie is singing from the hymn book of the PPP. Prior to 2015, Freddie was sharing licks left, right, and center on the PPP acolytes. Right? Freddie is the man who labeled Jaggio an ideological racist, and they went to court on it. I think Jaggio this way, and then as the things of Jaggio, I don't think ever made an appearance in court, but I understand they had some kind of arrangement that settled the matter. Right? Because I don't know about y'all, but deep down in Freddie's heart, regardless of how Freddie costs the PPP, he's first and foremost Indo-Guyanese. And anything that he could do to protect his kith and kin, he's going to do. Tell him I said it. Or anything he can do to get benefits for his kith and kin. And in this instance, kith and kin here, we're talking about the fruits of the poison tree. Anything he could do to benefit his family members, he will do. Right? And so Freddie is singing the songs, or has been singing the songs for quite a while now, of the PPP. He costs the coalition for not employing his wife or re-employing his wife, and maybe not providing scholarship, allegedly for his wife, for his daughter, and so on and so forth. Check and see where they're situated in this government now. And then you're going to understand why Freddie mouth suddenly turned, and Freddie singing the songs of the PPP. But that is not what I was about to tell you about when it comes to Freddie. I was about to say that when the PPP got into office and wasn't paying any attention to what we were doing on social media, it is alleged that Freddie tell him, hey, you see the social media there? Them boys going to do some serious damage to y'all on social media. So y'all best pay attention to them. Y'all got to do something to control the social media influencers. And Freddie encouraged the PPP to set up a whole department. I wonder what his role is in that department that monitors social media and reports people's pages and all those wicked kind of anti-democratic, those dictatorial tendencies that they are displaying. I want to know that. It is so-called intellectuals like Freddie, dishonest intellectuals, I dare argue, who utilize their so-called intellect to embrace the wickedness of the PPP and try to give it legitimacy. Yeah. Why am I talking about all of that? Because my friend says, there's a good gospel song. It is a good gospel song. Listen to the lyrics. I ain't gonna learn a lot. A whole lot you gonna learn. Anyways, it's 2 minutes to the 8 o'clock hour and still tuned to the Guyanese Morning Time. It's the 26th day of August in the year 2026. I'm your host, Kidaki Amsterdam. I'm your host, Kidaki Amsterdam. And like I said, what appears to choose violence this morning. I choose violence. Well, I know. You know, they got all kinds of violence. They got physical violence and they got psychological violence and stuff. I choose violence this morning. Because it is the morning after the APNU met with the leader of the opposition. Y'all don't tell me the meeting was Monday, no. But yesterday was a holiday. Why y'all harassing me about program? Why were you harassing me about program? Dylan Williams say, is it Dylan? No, Raquel Jensen said they're busy focusing on social media rather than running the country. They will run mad, reading everything people comment on. Their focus on social media, Raquel, is part of how they run the country. Their focus on social media is part of how they run the country. You see the word bureaucracy? In my little learning, right? I came to understand where bureaucracy came from, the bureau. And what did they do at the bureau? They monitor people, they monitor citizens. They come up with diktats for citizens. How are we going to control their life by? How are we going to ensure that we running things? That's what the PPP is. So them paying attention to social media is part of what they do. They monitor you. They gather information on you. And they formulate plans how to use that information to control you. In case you all don't know, it's Empowerment Wednesday. So as many comments as I see that I think I can help you to understand some things, I will use them. In case you all don't know, you see all of you jumping up and hollering, the development bank is a good thing. The development bank, or the idea of the development bank is a good thing. The idea might be a good idea, but the implementation is where the teeth will be. Y'all remember that digital ID? Or y'all didn't remember that digital ID? Oh, let me remind you that there's something out there called a digital ID. The digital ID will capture ever so much information about you. Biometrics and everything. And they will use it to control your life. They will use it to control your life. In which democracy, they give you chit to buy food or chit to get ration. I don't know any democracy that really does that. But I know dictatorships that do it. And I am saying that soon and very shortly, y'all might find yourself in this situation. Because here, y'all here, y'all president's talking about, oh, y'all setting up the cost of living and inflation by eating out and wanting to eat good and so on and so forth. Yeah. Soon they're going to tell y'all, we are going to issue you through your digital ID. Digital currency. And it can only be spent at XYZ place or XYZ things. You can't, I like the cash grant, for example. A time might come when your cash grant will be issued to you as a digital currency. And therefore, you can only use it for what the government prescribes it can be used for. It's a control mechanism. But back to the digital ID and the development bank. My understanding is, unless you have a digital ID, you will not be able to access the services of the development bank. So they will use the development bank to coerce you to get the digital ID, which they will then use to control you or to coerce you to do what they want you to do. Are you keeping that in mind? Keep that in mind. Somebody had described it. Oh, I think it was Camera Dram Britain. Where's Camera Dram Britain? Y'all know? Where Prakash is? I haven't heard of Prakash, but I think it's Prakash that said it's control freakism. Control freakism. That's the PPP for you. What? That's the PPP for you. Big announcement. You can travel to Barbados without a passport. Y'all remember that announcement? You can travel to Barbados without a passport. Guyanese can now travel to Barbados without a passport. But when you investigate further, the passport has to be replaced by your digital ID. So you got to get a digital ID if you want to travel to the neighboring Barbados, your CARICOM country, your CARICOM brother, sister, whatever you want to call it. Because sometimes I believe that the gender differences are all twisted up and confused over there, right? I know best gonna come from it, but that's all right. I'm just saying. Good. You can travel to Barbados without your passport, but you must have the digital ID. So those of you who tell yourself you like it easy, you just want to be able to travel with your ID. Oh, shoot, why this is a great thing. Forget the passport, I get the digital ID. The digital ID is a Trojan horse. You remember the Hearts of Troy? Yeah, that's the digital ID. The PPP wants to control Guyanese, and they really, really want to control them. And so they're going to try every and anything to lure you in and hope that you're going to swallow hook, line, and sinker together. Right? So you proceed. Get your digital ID. But while you're getting your digital ID, tell them the same way they can implement the digital ID, they can use the biometrics to implement biometrics at GCOM. Right? There's something called synergy. What's a managerial term? Well, when I was studying management, I learned enough things about me these days. When I was studying management, I think I came across the term synergy. And if I remember loosely, when you talk about synergy, you're simply talking about how one thing can integrate into the other and work smoothly. And I believe that there's a good opportunity for synergy. With the implementation of the digital ID. Because the same information you have to collect for the digital ID is the same information that can be used to implement biometrics. GT&T, Digicom. What the heck? At GCOM. So the question is, why do we spend all of this money to gather all of this data to create the digital ID, but we don't also use this data to ensure that our electoral lists are clean and credible. Right? That data can be used across several platforms. There's a terminology for it, but I can't remember right now. Maybe the technological aspect of my brain will wake up yet. Right? But that data can be used across several platforms to do better management for the citizens and provide better quality services to the citizens by the government. But they are not interested in the wide use of that data. They are interested in a very narrow use of that data. And you are willing, most of you are willing because you want $100,000 cash grant. This is the second payout of the cash grant that I will not get or I have not applied for, trust me. And I don't feel any sense of loss because from day one, I mean, when I was born up until now, I've never had to depend on that cash grant to put food on my table. I know what my parents did in the earlys, but they provided for us quite adequately, I think. And as an adult, I think quite adequately. I provided for me and mine. Good. Others in some instances, yeah. So nothing really lost. $200,000 of my freedom, nah, too cheap a price to pay. Right, too cheap a price to pay. But Guyanese have been made so poor that every handout, let me call it that, from this government seems like a whole lot to them. And so they don't mind giving up their dignity, selling their dignity to get that little handout. So that was a very long, very long answer-response interaction with Raquel Gentle, I think, on saying that I got time to monitor social media instead of focus on running the country. You're focusing on running the country into a dictatorship. And those are ways and means of running the country into a dictatorship. Yeah, so you have to pay attention to that. And while they are focusing on running the country into a dictatorship, other people are focusing on dominating the representation in the National Assembly, if I can call it that. Because I really don't know if it is representation in the National Assembly or if it is bullyism or if it is tit for tat or if it is saving skin. Right? Understand what I'm saying? And when I say that, I'm talking about, the recent meeting or the outcome of the most recent meeting or the one and only meeting that has taken place between the APNU and WIN. WIN being the leading opposition party in parliament, APNU being the second best, Azuddin Mohammed being leader of the opposition, and the parliamentary 12 maybe being forced to toe a line. Right? So I did say earlier, it's the morning after that meeting. And even as we speak, I think the nation is still waiting. The nation is still waiting for a promised joint statement. Y'all correct me if it has been issued and I have not seen it. Because as old people say, I looked at my ball drop. I didn't want to drop out. But it started feeling the strain like it's going to drop out because I've been looking all the time. And up until now, I don't recall seeing any statement from, any joint statement from the general secretaries, the one from WIN Odessa Primus and the other from APNU, PNC, Sherwin Benjamin. I have not seen that joint statement. And so the question in my mind or in my head is, if these two groups of people can't agree on a joint statement following a meeting, what else will they be able to agree on? They must have come to decisions at that meeting. They must have come to, let me say decisions, whether disagreements or agreements. They're decisions made. How much blood will it take to agree on what the public needs to know? Huh? Talk to me. It is a simple thing. Why do we continue to make politics and political representation look like a three-card trick? Why do we continue to make it look as though, as political activists or politicians, as people like to say, political representatives of the people, why do we always have to make it look as though the sole aim is to deceive? Why do we have to always make it look like that? It's simple. I mean, they say politicians talk in circles, and maybe that is why I'm not a good politician, because I don't even talk in circles. I'm a straight shooter. I get to the point, and who vex lose. Who is upset is their own darn face. Who I walk around with the burden of me and the mind is a matter for them. But by that time, I would have already said what I needed to say. And it would have been out there, so y'all could take it and do whatever y'all want with it, like Norman Brown. I'm going to come to you if I choose to come to you, chap. There are some idiocies I don't respond to. Yes. Why do we have to continue to make politics appear as though it is an activity of deception? We went to this meeting. We met. Representatives of APNU met with representatives of WIN. The main item on the agenda, as far as I, in the public, that is me, as far as I, in the public, understand, was to discuss the recommendation. Who's calling me now and why? Yeah, give me a minute. How may I help you? Good morning. I'm listening to you. Yeah, but brother, let me stick up in here. Brother, and hear this now, man. And you seem to want to distract me. My fault that answer. I too democratic. Don't call back his phone, I'm gonna block you. Good. Um it's not a calling time. Yeah, please don't call until I open the lines. Aggravation sometimes. Good intent, but sometimes aggravating. Um, yeah, I was saying we met. And from where I said the main reason for meeting was to discuss the appointments or recommendations of appointment to the local government commission. The nation was told that. According to Culture News, WIN summons the APNU. You know when somebody summons you to come and sit down and talk, it's what? According to Kaicho News, therefore, Win is in the driving seat and instructed the APNU, y'all raise this issue, come and sit down and let me talk about it man to man or woman to woman. Right? But other side, y'all got to understand to read headlines, you know. Headlines, they tell you all about editors and what they frame in your mind, how they frame, how they force you to think. Anyways, so from my understanding, there was a main item for discussion. Of course, there would have been other items for discussion, and I rather suspect you would have had things like the commissioners at GCOM. You might have had the Linden issue discussed, and wherever they were. What's the word I want here? Let me say discomforts among the opposition representatives. So you know, we know the nation knew that y'all gonna meet on Monday and y'all gonna talk about some of these things. After the meeting, nobody can come out and say to us definitively, we discussed the appointments, the recommendations to the local government commission or not. Or we discussed the recommendations to the local government commission and we still are at loggerheads on it. So there's a need for further meetings on it. Or we were not able to discuss anything because when we got to the meeting, the other party sought to change the agenda. And in case you all think I have intimate knowledge of what took place there, let me say disclaimer. I do not know what went on at the meeting. I've spoken to nobody that went to the meeting. I've asked no question of anybody that went to the meeting. But this is me using my own analytical brain or abilities, not AI, me. Unless, like Kofi said, African intelligence at work here. I can only imagine that it is something like that which happened. Because if anything else had happened, if anything positive had happened, if anything good had happened, if anything to celebrate had happened, I am sure that joint statement would have been out by now. But since the joint statement is not out by now, I'm saying that several things must have happened. Number one, they couldn't find agreement on the local government commission discussion. It happened and they couldn't find agreement, or it didn't happen because somebody sought to change the order of the discussion to say, well, hey, we invited you here to talk about the local government commission because that is what the concern that you have raised with us. But we have other concerns. We have GCOM commissioners as a concern. We have Linden chairmanship and vice chairmanship as a concern. Let me just stick to those two. I don't want to confuse it. And so we will discuss the local government commission with you if you agree that we first discuss the election commissioners with us. No. That wasn't the agreement. The agreement was that we come here to talk about the local government commission and then anything else. Yeah, I know this is why I invite you for, but listen. I ain't control, you know. Remember me as the leader of the opposition. Remember I got 16 and y'all got 12. A 16 to 12 ratio, I got 4 to 3. I got one more than y'all, technically. Y'all recognize that? 16 to 12. You divide 16, you're looking for the common denominator there. Eh? Ain't going to be 4 because 4 could go into 16 and 4 could go into 12. So if you divide 16 by 4, you end up with 4. And if you divide 12 by 4, you end up with 3. So it's a 4 to 3. There's a ratio. Don't make it look so big and expansive. It's 4 to 3. It's like they got 4 seats to 3 seats. Oh gosh, I love you. I love the elements, man. I love the universe. The universe has just plant some things in my head that I tell people I hope to understand. There's no big disparity. And so the guy who was saying, Colin Barnwell, was saying that if Azadeh Mohammed win, took 60% of the coalition support. I want you to look at it from the ratio point of view. It's 4 to 3. Right? So you show me where 60% there, 4 to 3. So if you bring it down to ratio, as a reason, you recognize that it's a 1 seat difference technically. It might look like 4 in the parliament when you look at the raw numbers, but if you look at it from the perspective where I'm looking at it, it's a 1 seat difference really and truly. So you barely eclipse us. You barely eclipse us. But remember, I superior to y'all, you know. I got more seats than y'all in the National Assembly. That's what it comes down to. For every 4 persons I represent, y'all only representing 3. And so I got a right to do what I like, how I like. And so we're not going to discuss the local government commission first. We're going to discuss what I want to discuss first. Linden, perhaps, or GCOM. No. We end up on at all. Let me discuss the local government commission and then we're going to go on to any other thing. Well, no. Because if I get y'all what I want at the local government commission, I ain't got no guarantee I can get what I want from y'all at GCOM or Region 10. And vice versa. So we spent half hour, 45 minutes or because I think I read somewhere that the meeting was less than an hour. And we couldn't come to any agreement even on the agenda. So we're going to go there. And we're going to tell the electorate that we agree on a joint statement. Or we agree to issue a joint statement. Maybe it is the only agreement that came out of that meeting. We will issue a joint statement. Because if you're looking, 48, 72 hours since the meeting, and you don't have a joint statement yet, it would seem that we can't even agree on the contents of the joint statement. And so back to my original position. It would benefit the APNU none to talk about unity with Win. Not until they can regroup and show real political strength. Or be willing to take their chances even in their current situation. The APNU went to that discussion for me in a position of weakness. And when in a position of strength, determined that we gonna control the narrative. We don't care about y'all. Y'all weak. And we got a little more strength than y'all. And we gonna bully y'all. And when you allow that to happen to you, you're further displaying or sending out an aura, let me call it that, of weakness. And so for this one, I would say the APNU didn't come out smelling like a rose. For the Win supporters, I'm sure they are saying it's a victory for Win because in the eyes of the public perhaps, or in the Winites, let me call them that, they have humiliated the APNU. The APNU bigwigs might have a problem with that assessment from where I sit, but I've not lost my freedom of speech. and I'm known for calling it as I see it. And I'm saying that was, for me, an exercise in futility. Because if 72 hours after you can't issue a joint statement, it means really and truly you had no maybe common grounds in that meeting. Well, yes, cycling on. But so far, a lot of people have called on the APNU to come out and say, and the APNU has not come out and say. Because what the real gentlemen sticking to the agreement that a joint statement is going to be issued. But when? That is the question, when. Is it soon or is it shortly? Is it soon or is it shortly? What can be so difficult? Is rocket science? Is top secret? Is it people's business? It is the people's business. And if the people's representative met about 72 hours ago and 72 hours later, the people do not know what transpired, despite the promise of a joint statement, then you leave it up to speculation, let me call it that. And I'm speculating that nothing positive came out of that meeting. And so it's held to play. What we going to say? And who going to say what? And since the APNU went to this meeting and apparently didn't get any appeasement, let me call it that, it must be humiliating. The APNU has to, and I'm saying it again, display strength. It has to rebuild its strength among its own rank and file. And then before it talks about talking to anybody about unity, because if it remains in quote unquote that state of weakness, and hope to negotiate with Win, then Win will continuously disrespect them. Here is my agenda, or not my agenda. Here's my thinking for the APN. Recognize that you're on your own. It's 12 of you in the National Assembly. And anything you think should be done in representation of the people of this country, do it in your name as 12 representatives of the people in the National Assembly. For example, we got the MV Burima tragedy, which up to now no real justice has come to the people. If you believe that warrants no confidence motion against the ministers of the government responsible for that sector, or against the whole government, you go ahead and table as your parliamentary strength, the 12 of you, go ahead and table that no confidence motion against the subject ministers or the entire government if that is what you decide. Whenever it comes to discourse and voting or whatever, you can call for a division of the House, what you call a conscience vote. And let the world see how everybody voted on an issue like that. Let the world judge Win on an issue like that, if they dare to vote against an issue like that. You got to create situations from a position of strength so Win could expose its petticoat. Not try to negotiate with Win. If you believe something is wrong at the local government commission or something is wrong in local government that needs highlighting, then you take it upon yourself to champion the cause in the name of your 12. And like I've been saying for all the years of people saying they don't want protests and they support protests and other people calling for protests and so on, as I've been saying for all those years, all you have to do as citizens of this country, even as political party supporters, is you lead. And the leader is going to either follow, get on board, or fall off. And that is the attitude I'm recommending for the APNU, the 12 in Parliament, and the wider grouping that is called the APNU. Get about your business as an opposition group and do what you believe needs to be done. And whoever joins the bandwagon, so be it. Whoever doesn't join the bandwagon, they will be able to answer for themselves why they don't join the bandwagon. Stop masquerading or stop allowing people to make you masqueraders. Because again, I'm going to say this. I always say it. Democracy says you must consult. It never says that you must agree after consultation. It never says that having consulted with you, I must take an iota of what you said into consideration. There's democracy, go and check it. When we talk about consultation, that is consultation. The Constitution talks about meaningful consultation. I can have meaningful consultation with you. Who is to determine in my mind what is meaningful consultation? The Constitution talks about meaningful consultation. It didn't say after meaningful consultation, I have to take your recommendations. I might be more educated. I might be more knowledgeable. I might have more points of view. But if I'm set in my ways, I'm set in my ways, but I've consulted with you meaningfully. And at the end of the day, I will make the decision because I've been so empowered to make the decision. Now, if I realize that is the environment in which I'm operating, when you call me for consultation, knowing very well that you don't value my opinion, I'll tell you, kiss my ass. Go to hell. Pute. Jumbie, move. All of those things I will tell you because I know that you want to use me as a poster boy or girl. As a whipping boy or girl. You call me to your table to embarrass me, to make me look even weaker than I am in the eyes of the people who are looking to me. No, sir, I am not playing along. I will do what I can do or what I believe I can do in my name. In this instance, in the name of the APNU, the 12 will do what they can do and what they think they can do, and let that stand on record. It's 23 minutes to the 9 o'clock hour. The lines are open. It's Empowerment Wednesday. I hope I was able to empower somebody or titillate somebody's thought processes this morning. The lines are open. We're going now with the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp on the computer is not ringing, so I'll have to see what I can do about that. Y'all be with me. Let me ensure it can work now. Yeah, it's loading. So caller, please call back. Good, we got one here. Caller on, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Is you
and to all my other black brothers and sisters in Guyana. Can you hear me? Yes, good morning to you and all my black brothers and sisters in Guyana. First thing first, Flash is responsible for what he said, not all you guys interpret it. Well done this morning. I give you a this morning. But if you have been answering my call Monday, I would have let you know all we're talking today and some Monday. Because my leader, what he did, he listened to Mr. David Hines, my friend. He listened to Ganesh, and he listened to who more Flash? Campbell. Them leading there for suck Mohammed backside. Don't cut me off yet. Because if me talk for son, we must talk for rain. If we could represent him, me get all right for call him out for the nonsense you go and did. You got to know you have 12. Me always said, build for the 12. Go and look for those who going to be 18 September 2030. Go and look for them. Build them, mold them. Don't make Mohammed get them. It's Mohammed win and he supporters them. Who more Flash Garden? Tell us who more win Monday. Mel, John Thompson, Bong, and Rickford Borg. Them smile Tuesday morning to the bank because all of Mohammed we want for my leader Abi Norton for Ben and go and suck his backside and it is sit well with me. Right now, I'm removing my support for Abi Norton until you fix it. Don't go and sit down with him. Don't keep no press conference. It's more than press conference, my brother. What's wrong with you? My grandma always teach me, if you get salt and rice, we eat, bless it and eat it. Because God will provide egg and rice for you next door, salt with rice and meat and rice. Come on, Abi Norton. Let Campbell go. Because Campbell go end up with 11. He will he get 11 disciples. Let that Campbell is listening to Brown. And Mohammed, I listen to Wickford Borg and Mel and John Thompson. What's wrong with you, Abi Norton? You're better than that. And to you, Mr. David Hines, I love you. Tough love. I grew up listening to your politics. You were strong. You should never, you go and sit down there with Abi Norton for suck Mohammed backside. And use the one, Abi Norton. Use the one, David Hines. You always said, some of us are suck them Kulima backside. You drink your vomit. God have mercy this morning. Why you drink your vomit, Mr. David Hines? When I see you shake hands with Jezebel, Amanda Jezebel, me say, something wrong here. Then you invite her by your program. Me said, Flash Garden is getting deeper. Then I heard you mention blaming Abi Norton. And the PNC, why are you low and good, powerful woman for left, Amanda Jezebel, and you running your mouth? Amanda get to you, and you get to my leader for going sit down for suck backside. But vice versa, Mr. David, you party be had one young, bright, intelligent black sister too, and you guys let her go to APNU and win, and you come out and say nothing about that. Be careful, Miss. Me always said yourself, and you challenge me. Mr. David Hines, if you need rest, rest your brains. Because you could destroy your legacy. Because you start making mistakes, you start sucking Mohammed backside, and you leave Mohammed alone. Mohammed is there to destroy PNC party and WPN party. And you have to recognize that and use what you guys have with the help of God. Begin to rally. Turn a new page. And let me say this here before I go. I'm saying this now on this program. Mr. Abi Norton, you have to make a decision as soon as possible. Give your final message to us that you are not going to run 2030 and put somebody up. And let me give you two names this morning. For PNC, put Coretta McDonald, because she's more strong than Campbell. She get numbers behind her because she always represents. She always demonstrates what is represent. She demonstrates the word sacrifice. She did it. Sit down with WP and say, look, I would love if you guys put up Amsterdam for Prime Minister, because Mr. Amsterdam got it. He brings land from Guyana to Norway. I just listen to him. And I go home and I see him. I said, yes, Mr. Amsterdam, you got it. Use it. Use what God bless you with. Put them too. Announce them too as early as possible. And then you can say them, Kuli boy, go begin to do the right thing. Because Mr. Amsterdam always said, put me in office, I would find them and jail them. Is that what you need? That's what we need to hear from young politicians. We don't want to hear, let me dance with Shan Spring on Labor Day. That's nonsense. Thank you very much. Let me give somebody a chance. Have a wonderful day, my black brothers and sisters.
The lines remain open. 62593 is the number to call you. Tune to the Guyanese Morning Time. We have a voice note.
Kidaki, good morning, viewers. Good morning, all right, in Guyanese. So, Lincoln Bet of Guyana, on in the diaspora. But the Kidaki are looking at my bench that program last night, and I see showing that approach. Is that man is supposed to be in prison, but that is him to do counts of murder, along with ignoramus in there, in prison, but that's him to do counts of murder, plus others that they don't want to let the public know that is on the bottom of that sea. Anyhow, I told you all concerning this meeting and greeting of these people. These people is one of our worst enemy right now. We should be thinking of in this country as ministers. Look what all these people doing. And when we meet these people, they show like if nothing happened. You understand me? We meet and greet these people. Remember, the young people them don't understand politics in that manner. I told you all over and over. Stop meeting these people. These people are demonic set of people. These people don't have no love and respect for y'all. Look in parliament. Look at how they behave to y'all in parliament up on the road. They want meet and greet. Y'all know we have to play the same nasty, dirty, stinking politics as these people play, you know. That there is all these people winning our supporters. We got to realize it. There is all them and the Mohammed.
Hello? Good morning, Brother Gaddafi. In connection with the meeting yesterday, that was held with, not yesterday, because yesterday was holiday, Monday, with the two opposition parties. I agree with what you said this morning about not meeting with the PNC, let me say the APNU, not meeting with Win, right? Because I could remember when Win was asked about meeting with the opposition, I remember specifically Aswadi saying that he would never meet with the APNU. He said that, right? He said he would never do it. That's one. Two, in connection with bringing out the release of the press conference, right? Like I was trying to tell you earlier, what you misunderstood what I was saying, that we will get an announcement through Melly Mel, because whenever there's a prime minister meeting with the opposition, Melly Mel is normally on the phone call according to Melly Mel. So she might come out with that report before the APNU come out, or even the joint statement come out. She might come out with a statement, right? Because I don't understand why she has to be in meetings of that form with Odessa Primus when as she claims she's not a member of any political party. So why is she being on those calls? Because she said she was on the call with Darwin Best when I was trying to get Mr. Norton. She was on some other call with Odessa Primus, like she's Odessa Primus secretary. So she has to be there when these meetings are being held, according to her. So probably we might get the information from her sooner rather than later. Next, Mr. Darwin Best. He has surprised me by telling, I was listening to a thing on the internet the other evening, telling Dagi that he's going to call Azuddin for him and Azuddin to make. What is wrong with Mr. Best? I thought he was an intelligent person, right? Dogging a bone, beefing a bone, dogging a business. You understand? That has nothing to do with him. I thought he was an intelligent person, right? He has nothing to do with that situation. So I don't know how he was on a program with Melly Mel and the same one from London John Thompson, and none of them. You understand? They are Muhammad people. There's nothing we could say to those people to change the mindset when it comes to Muhammad. They feel he's the best thing that has ever happened to Guyana, right? So I don't know how Mr. Best get into that to tell him that he's going to call him and let it to the maker because of offense. That is nonsense. That is total nonsense. He surprised me with that kind of behavior. But once again, like I said, I agree with you with your perspective this morning about everything about the party not being with Mr. Mohammed, because it's a power thing, like you said. Because I remember when they came to power, when they got the results, a certain individual in the party said that they run things. They got more seats and they run things. They know what to do until Ganesh, my parker, went and said the opposition don't work like that. You have to come together to work because they were under pressure. Oh, they had 16 seats. They're in charge. Nobody can't tell them what to do. Whatever they say the opposition have to do. Until understand that under the constitution, opposition has to work together to get anything done. That is why we're having problems with the water pass with the president and that kind of stuff. Because as you know, Mohammed has nothing to. He don't care about that. He's fighting to save himself. Have a good day. Thank you so much once again for your very informative information this morning pertaining to that meeting. Thank you so much.
Hi, good morning, Kadaki. Good morning to the viewing and listening public. Listen, I think that, sometimes, persons who are in the diaspora and only outside, you know what I mean? They are playing a serious game of chess or draft. Because when you're outside, you've seen all the moves and everything, right? Everything you've seen. But when you're inside, it's a different ball game. So the persons out there, they're saying that okay, this should not happen and this should happen and all this should happen and what should be done and them sort of thing. None of them in the diaspora, they're not coming home to help with the cause of the opposition here, right? They could all be outside and making all the moves, saying all the moves, right? But when it comes to the actual the game that is going on here, right? They cannot be here to say what the opposition should do, what Aubrey Norton should do. They shouldn't be saying that. They have to come to be a part of this struggle. They are not here. They are not a part of this struggle. They are part of the struggle from outside. So I don't think, what they're saying, you know, is really a contribution to what is going on with the opposition in this country. They need to be here to pronounce on what we should do. So I don't think it has no merit. All these things they're saying, it has no merit. Who David Dine should do, what Aubrey Norton should do, and what this person should do. They have to be here to contribute. They have to be there to go out in the streets with us. Then we would say, okay, they are part of this struggle. That's my contribution. Thank you very much. In the streets with us. Then we would say, okay.
I try not to comment too much on the views of the callers and voice noters and so on. But I got to comment on this one. Well, maybe 2, 3 I got to comment on. First and foremost, I will say to Flash Gordon again, stop attacking the people you expect to lead. Stop. It's Campbell we got right now. If you think Campbell weak, strengthen me. Okay? Good. Moving forward that. The last caller that says the people in the diaspora ain't making sense because they need to be here. Nonsense. Nonsense. The people in the diaspora got a role to play. They might not be playing that role as efficient as some of us would like them to play, but they are playing that role. And the role the people in the diaspora has to play will not necessarily at all times coincide with the role that you believe that they have to play. We don't like what Norman Brown is doing. But Norman Brown recognizes that he has a role to play in Guyana politics. Who benefits from that role that he is playing? He has made a decision who he wants to benefit from that role that he's playing. And he is playing that role so that the benefit will go in that direction. Same for Rickford Burke, same for Mark Benchcap, same for Wayne Caesar, and so on and so forth, Melly Mel, and so on and so forth. Every one of them got a role to play. We cannot only embrace them when they play the role that we want them to play. It's a democracy. People got freedom of choice. So let us recognize that the people in the diaspora, they have an important role to play in this country. Let us encourage them to play the role that ultimately will free this country from the PPP and the dictatorship, and keep it out of the hands of the friends of the PPP and the dictatorship. In this instance, Azzuddin Mohammed and Win. Nobody could convince me, I'm saying it, that Azzuddin Mohammed in power or Win in power is going to be any different to the PPP. I've not been convinced, and it ain't easy convincing me because I'm saying that he has been in the belly of the beast all the time. And while he might get a fight with Ali or he might get a fight with Jaggi or whoever, he doesn't have a fight with the entire PPP. And he doesn't have a fight with the entire community of PPP supporters that have been emboldening the PPP racist and other negative behavior. Right? Let's keep that in mind. Back to voice notes and calls.
In our supporters, the young people them are not so educated enough today to know and understand what is really going on. So if then you cuss out these people and afterwards going to meet and greet these people, what you expect them to do? They're going to run from you because they say, what the sense in making cussing these people about this and that? I go and hug up and kiss up and run.
Carla, y'all is persistent. I'm going to take this call, but I'm requesting of everyone again. If a voice note is playing, y'all please allow it to complete playing. This is the second or third time this voice note had to be cut. And when that happens, you lose the gist of what the voice note is saying. Call it on.
Good morning. I understand that. I didn't hear the voice note was coming. I'm driving. Anyhow, good morning to all one and all. These are two warrior sides, and two warrior sides going into the mediation or a conference, whatever, without a moderator, without a referee, with no neutral side. This is what's going to happen. It became a cockfight, a big D contest, something like that. So we had no one there, no one there to say, well, this is your place. This is your place. This is as far as you could go. This is as far as you could. These are the topics and so on. I mean, yes, they may have laid out the topics before, but the person who decide who's thinking that they have more power, they want to only their topics to be on the table, and there was no one there, no neutral person there to say, well, listen, this is not the way it's supposed to go. This is the way it's supposed to go. Everyone's supposed to have a fair say in this here. And that is what happened. It ended up into a cockfight, into the person who are assumed to be stronger, decide, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to see. And that was it. So nothing came out of it. Because no honest organization could put things together and say, this is how it should be. So next time, I don't think that we should be. These two sides, they cannot go into no mediation, nothing like that. because they hate each other and they look down and or up on each other. So we need to do better. I don't think APNU should try doing nothing with win unless it's understood from the inception that this is the way it's supposed to be. Because when is a party is led by people who thinks that they are better than everybody else. And unless the attitude continues, this is where we're going to be. So it will make us stronger. It would only make us look really bad, like if we are weak and we are dependent on a certain people. And we depend, in this case, it seems like we dependent on, I think, is the weakest party in this whole thing here. Because if you are led by someone whose only interest is protecting themselves, then you're weak. Because if something happens to that person, whatever happens to that person, it's going to steer in the direction of that person only, and not for everyone else. So I think Win is the weakest party here, and we shouldn't be allowed to be dominated by weak. Thank you. That's my say.
Yeah, brother Kadaki. Good morning, everyone. My take this morning is like how Miss Mohammed moving is just Mr. Jack Bill be moving, but Mr. Jack Bill moving with more vicious, violent, more mean troublesome days though, right? But now things getting easy and quiet. Miss Mohammed want be a saint. Like he ain't got no problem on his shoulder, he ain't got no problem up his sleeve, but them man got no he come in problem. And he can't come in problem and now playing a savior. But he looking after he looking after the young generation. So that's what he's focusing on. The young people is what he's focusing on. He focusing on Mr. Norton. Can he be focused on Mr. Norton? If you really love people, you're supposed to have done the story there with Mr. Norton. Since you see Mr. Norton, you're supposed to have done the story and say, yeah, bye. Let something positive come to the public. Nothing. Christmas ain't come and nothing and come out to it. What we see.
Grand Rising Guyana and welcoming Wednesday to each and every one of us. Now, I want to speak on this rental space that some of us are providing for these Venezuelans who are here. We don't know their backgrounds because some of us cannot speak the language. Some of us don't care to speak the language, and some of us, like me, I'm willing to learn because we have to know what's going on in our surrounding, and we must be vigilant, keep our ears to the ground. We cannot, take chances in this time, knowing what's going on. Now these Venezuelans are all over Guyana. We don't know what the signals are, what the word they might be using, probably waiting to capture us, to have our homes. The next thing you know, we don't own our houses anymore and such like. We have to be very careful and take a lot of things into consideration. Yes, I know because of the times we want that extra dollar, but our lives and our properties worth more than that dollar that's coming in fast. So we need to take precaution and use wisdom. You know, it's a dangerous path.
Good morning, Brother Kadaki. And good morning to all song thinking, patriotic African Guyanese. It is my plea this morning, those people that I have characterized as being patriotic and African-minded Guyanese, we have our task cut out. Let us try our utmost to regain the consciousness of the black people in this country. Because as far as I am concerned, the African man in this country is his own destruction. Because he talks too much, he acts too little, and most of what he's gullible to is what is destroying the African man. At 20,000 or 50,000. As those in position who have skipped over or who have left PNC APNU, I doubt if any one of them can show you a 20 million structure or a 20 million investment. African people in this country have, the majority of African people in this country have sold their souls for little and nothing. All they are focusing on is today and not tomorrow. It is sad because our foreparents did not do that. Our foreparents thought about even us and generations to come. And that is why they bought villages and they put structural systems in place so that those who came after them could have benefited. Now this present generation is destroying all of that, selling their souls and assisting the evil force which will never love us. And that is what my people are not understanding. No race on planet Earth loves the African man. They tolerate you for a purpose. And when they achieve that purpose, like Doggy presently, you become garbage. You hear what noise he making? It's only one thing that I applaud of him. He has been saying that he was used as a black dog. Yes. Now you recognize that when you have already created that destruction. You know how many people Doggy took away from PNC APNU and took them across there? And you have so many doggies presently doing the same thing, like the Zero Man and all of them. Eh? Anyhow, one of the things that the African man in Guyana don't understand is that these people are not only acting because of money, they are also acting with evil influence. From the time you shake one of these boys' hand, worse yet to sit at their table and eat, you're a lost soul. Because the evil within these fellas is so great. I applaud Aubrey Norton 1,000 times not to shake the Don's hand. The average Guyanese does not recognize it. And thank God, whether Aubrey is conscious of it or he was being guided by the Holy Spirit, he did the right thing. These people, you don't even shake their hand. They are beastly evil spiritually and mentally, physically. Worse yet to sit at the same table with them. You know, I am hoping that something can happen in this country sooner rather than late. The plan is to totally destroy the African man. And whether we accept it or not, it's only one political party in this country that can save the African man. You might not get all that you want, but at the same time, you will be saved. You know, that is what African people have to understand in this country. There isn't enough Indians to destroy the African race. And so these boys bring in people from all over the place. I am shocked that every single institution, even to the post office now, have foreigners working there. What has become to our African laborers? Eh? And most of the the previous generation are highly qualified people. Why they are not employed? It is time the African man wake up, smell the coffee, or else when you're ready to drink, there will be no coffee. God have mercy on this nation. And Kadaki, you keep doing what you're doing. Don't throw up your hand. I appreciate what you and brother um, David Hines is doing. Stay black conscious. Because if you don't love yourself, who do you expect to love you? Loving yourself comes first. And that is what the African man has got to return to. All the rest of them are jumping around. They don't love themselves. And if they don't love themselves, it is impossible for them to love the masses. All of them is about money and position. May God have mercy on this nation and save the black man. Have a blessed day, buddy.
Thank you for your call. Gilly McQueen. Gilly McQueen. Make urgent contact with me, please, if you're on the live. And any of you know who is Gilly McQueen, ask her to make urgent contact with me after the program. There were some things I saw that I wanted to respond to, but you know what? I can't remember exactly. So let's go to
arriving in the UK from Guyana, the Caribbean, North America, or elsewhere. Start your
call on.
Morning, Mr. Kadaki. To the caller who's talked about the diaspora, the influencers, I think he was focused more on those who were more into destroying a man during the election cycle than to propping up an institution, because majority of them were all focused on destroying Aubrey Norton. None of them was sitting up strong like Wayne Caesar and doing the work like what Wayne Caesar was doing. Most of them, their programs were to destroy Aubrey Norton, not exposing the wrongs that PPP was doing to its people. That's the problem. I think it was. That is what he was trying to say. And something I observed, all these jumpers, hopscotchers, and those who jump over to the other side, those parliamentarians, the amount of work that they're doing now, I would have loved to see them do that same work when they were in opposition with PPP, with PNC, sorry. If they had only done that kind of work, they're getting up all kind of hours in the morning, all kind of ungodly hours on the streets and running behind this person, that person, and following this leader and that leader. But look at them today. They're working so hard, working more than the $200,000 to get in parliament. If y'all had only put that work in when you were with PNC, it would have been, you would have been in a better place. Have a good day.
Good morning, Brother Kadaki. Good morning, all Guyanese, African Guyanese especially. I hope y'all, a lot of y'all is run this doggy saga, what he going on with on social media. When he was cussing out Melly Mel and telling she should use everybody, why she ain't using Muhammad. When she turned it, she say she knows nothing but Muhammad, but she knows about everybody else but Muhammad. What story Stinker Roach you know about? Y'all learn and stop following and listening to that wicked girl. She Norma Brown and the others, John. Stop listening to those people. Guyanese are more sensible and do the right thing. Get the PPP out before 2030. Hey, Guyanese, y'all are intelligent people. Stop listening to those people. Thank you.
arriving in the UK from Guyana, the Caribbean, North America, or elsewhere. Start your journey with ease and comfort by choosing first-class travel service, one of UK's leading providers of premium airport transfers. Enjoy a smooth, stress-free arrival by booking your comfortable and reliable airport taxi before you arrive. With affordable rates and exceptional service, we cover all major UK airports, including Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester, Birmingham, and many more. Wherever you land, we guarantee a seamless door-to-door experience to and from any UK airport. For your peace of mind, all our drivers are fully DBS checked and cleared, ensuring a safe and trustworthy service from the moment you arrive. Our friendly staff will meet and greet you in the airport arrival hall, assist with your luggage, and escort you to one of our luxurious vehicles. So wait no longer. We're ready to look after you from the moment you arrive in the UK. You can contact us via email info@firstclasstravelservice.co.uk, office phone +4 4195 2287 176, WhatsApp +4 479 136 0576 5 or +4 479 009 50171, or simply fill in our request, a quote form, at www.firstclasstravelservice.co.uk. Travel with confidence. Travel first class.
All right, so today we are here at Club Twilight up in Buxton, and
It's 50 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. It is still the 26th day of August, 2026. You're still tuned to the Guyanese morning time, and it is certainly time for me to take my leave of you. So do have a pleasant rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is Thursday. Mr. John will be on tomorrow, but I'll see you briefly tomorrow, and then we shall continue to do what we do on Friday. Have a great one. Blessed love.